guys, welcome. And yeah, today's video is about the iPhone 12, the leaks and rumors. It's not released yet, it's just the leaks and rumors. So yeah, this video may change your mind, may make you excited, or may raise a concern in you. Anyways, let's go to the video, or let's take a look at what are the changes that iPhone 12 may or may not have. Let's go. The iPhone 12 may have some changes. Okay, let's differentiate these changes into two types: type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is kind of like similar to the iPhone 11 series or 11 Pros and all this stuff. This minor changes, like it will have a plain frame without rounded corners or rounded stylish borders or frame, kind of similar like the iPad Pro's frame, a thick and not curvish frame. And another thing is that iPhone may change it to type C, but that is just a 5% chance only, just a 5% chance, and 95% chance is iPhone sticking to the lightning port. Many people are worried about the lightning port, and many iPads or many MacBooks have type C. Why not the iPhones convert to type C? Why not? Many people have that same thought on my mind. If they change the type C, it'll be more convenient. You can use one cable for your iPad Pro, your MacBook, and many more. Anyways, that if they change, it will be appreciated. And yeah, and the regular camera upgrades have many more. Talking about the camera in type 1, the camera would be similar to the iPhone 11 Pro. I meant here camera alignment. And yeah, sometimes iPhone 12 may support 4K at 240 frames per second. Wow, that is mind-blowing. For people who don't know 4K at 240 frames per second, the videos that you take will be so smooth, and you cannot differentiate about from a regular or high spec camera with or from a phone. That much smooth and better video quality. And another thing is that the size. Previously in the iPhone 11 series, the iPhone 11 Pro was smaller than the iPhone 11, right? That size differentiation started from the iPhone 10s, from the 10s being the smallest, 10R being a slight bigger, and 10s Max being the biggest. But here in the 12 thing, it's slight different. It's like it's having a twist, which is the iPhone 12 Pro will have bigger screen than the iPhone 12. Okay, I know you did not get it properly. The iPhone 11 Pro, the iPhone 12 Pro. iPhone 11 Pro has this much of screen size, and iPhone 12 Pro has would have this much of screen size. And let's twist it. The iPhone 11 or the 10R and the iPhone 12. See the screen size? Now we get it. The small difference. They just flipped the screen size. If they add up this type of design, and the price would change. Not price would change. The price would be perfect for the device. Okay, let me explain it how. The iPhone 12 would have almost 5.4 inch display or 5 point something inch display, which is sizes here, and yeah, and all the same or all the tweaked spec design or spec bump from the iPhone 11 would be there with the iPhone 12 for almost $600 to $700, or for almost $599 to $700 in that gap. And the iPhone 12 Pro with the 6.1 inch display, same display that iPhone 11 had, that will go to the iPhone 12 Pro with the bigger screen, bigger battery, a good spec bump from the iPhone 11 Pro, and many more. and that is priced for 999. I think that is better than the other one. If you compare to the consumer's point of view, or in my point of view, or your point of view, that older price strategy was better than this one, because you're getting a bigger screen and good on specs for lesser price. So for you, it is that pricing policy is better. But for Apple, the new one is better. I think new one is also more reasonable, as they are giving a good amount of specs to the people. In Type 1, the display will be OLED, so all the iPhones will have OLED display. But one thing you have to note is that iPhone 12 would have smaller notch. iPhone 12 may have a small notch because Apple is trying to put all the tech or the Face ID tech into a smaller notch. And one more thing, that Apple won't get rid of the Face ID very soon, because it is just 3 years that Apple have invented, or Apple have put Face ID into the phones 10, 10s and 11. So it's just 3 years. So maybe after 10 years, or maybe after so many years only, iPhone would get rid of the Face ID if there are any plans. And they may come with the in-display Touch ID, but that would take time. Because Face ID is still there. Now, Type 2. Type 2 is almost similar to the Type 1 design, but with this very small changes that I'm going to talk about. One change is the charging port. What change will be the charging port? No, it's not Type C, but it is wireless charging tech in it. Here's a video from Marcus Brownlee, MKBHD, where he had a model of iPhone 12. And if you go through the side thing, there's one more button-like stuff at the bottom, which is kind of like a button, but it's not a button. It is a wireless charging port there. Apple is trying to make its future iPhones wireless. Wow. Now this iPhone 12 is just the beginning of wireless future. Because I think before, when they released the first AirPods, it was there in the AirPods trailer, beginning of wireless future. So this is the next step. There are two sides for that: advantage and disadvantage. Advantage is that it's very easy to charge. Just throw the charger at the side of the device. It will automatically connect it, as it is magnetic. It will automatically connect it. Just kind of similar to the Apple Watch's charging thing, almost same. And the disadvantage of this port is that you have to change everything. It means that you have to change your charging port from your regular charger to the charger that you had in your car. So everything you have to change. You have to go with the changes that the iPhone makes. Back in 2017, I guess, or when the iPhone 7 have launched, many people found it awkward that the headphone jack was removed. But when time passed by, almost 90% of companies had removed the headphone jack, and almost 10% of manufacturers only still makes phones with headphone jack. Yep, people want headphone jack, that's one thing, but still people are also preferring a wireless headphone too. There are majority people nowadays buy the wireless headphones because that is more comfortable to hear and to go. Yep. Why the iPhone 12 may come with the wireless charging port in it? Because iPhone 13, the next year's iPhone 13, which would be released next year, may be completely wireless. So they're making consumers used to the iPhone's wireless charging technique, or wireless charging port, so that when the iPhone 13 releases, consumers would be already been used to the wireless charging technique that iPhone 12 had in the previous year. So the good technique to make consumers used to it. The Type 2 design may have a quad camera. Not quad camera. Three cameras, the regular three cameras, wide, primary, and telephoto. The fourth is not a camera, it is a LiDAR sensor. The LiDAR sensor was there in the iPad Pro 2020. This is the LiDAR sensor. Okay, LiDAR sensor is basically for AR, augmented reality. It's like if you play AR games, so if you do AR stuff, LiDAR will be beneficial to you. So I think Apple is pushing things forward with the AR stuff. In Type 2, display design, same display OLED, but the design is slightly different. This design would not have notch. Wow, no notch. One thing is that it will have a border. It would have a slight little thick border to accompany all the face ID text into the iPhone stuff. Anyways, let's wait and watch how they go through. Anyways, thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.